We're living in a world that is becoming more and more divided on a range of issues. And right now, the issue highlighting this divide in our society and in our church is COVID. We see this in disagreements over aspects such as lockdowns, masks, tracing apps, vaccines, and vaccine mandates now. We're also seeing the further this divide becomes, the louder each side is shouting at the other, and no one's really listening anymore, it feels. There's a real temptation as well to join in as we feel ourselves pulled towards one side or the other. And the noise that the media creates and bombarding us daily makes it hard to hear or even think about what those with views that differ from us are actually trying to say. There are certainly challenges to the climate that we find ourselves in and consequences for the choices that we're individually making right now. As Adventists, these issues touch on a few important matters for us. Firstly, as a church, we place strong emphasis on health and well-being and encourage responsible participation in protective and preventive health measures, including vaccines. As a church, we've sought to comply to all health measures put in place by our nation's leaders and to play our part in stopping the spread of this virus. We've taken Paul's advice in Romans 13:1, where he says to be subject to the governing authorities, not because we agree with everything our leaders may choose to do or all of what the mandates are requiring of us, but because we're biblically bound to respect and even pray for those who govern us. At the same time, we believe in freedom of conscience and recognize individual choices. As Adventists, our understanding of Revelation 13 and a future where worship and religious freedoms will be compromised and even coerced makes us wary of any mandate that limits our freedoms. We believe we're to put God first in our lives and question if those in authority forbid us to hold or express our faith, or if they try to compel us to do something clearly unethical and wrong. As I've been engaging with these issues and listening to your concerns, I see that as Adventists, we're wondering if in all these things, this is a Romans 13 issue or a Revelation 13 one. There is no doubt that some of the actions taken to protect our country and communities from the COVID virus right now could be used in the way Revelation 13 describes in the future. But right now, it's important to acknowledge that the current mandates, which apply to all of us, do not currently cross into the realm of our faith, even if for some of us they're cutting across our personal beliefs and creating real personal consequences as well. I want to affirm that we want all our churches in South New Zealand to be safe places where people can come and feel welcome. And with uncertainty remaining about COVID levels and as they rise and fall, it's going to require us to continue to innovate and think outside the box as we seek to be the church in these times. Now, this may feel difficult when we're often not able to meet in the way we've been accustomed to for so long. And this virus and the restrictions around large gatherings that it will continue to have may yet have something to teach us about how church can thrive in different ways. But no matter whether we're in a Romans 13 or Revelation 13 time, one thing is needed right now at this time as much as it's ever been. And that is a 1 Corinthians 13 mindset, which says love is patient and it's kind. Love is not arrogant or rude. Love that's not insisting on its own way, that is not irritable or resentful. And regardless of how these mandates are affecting us or what our individual perspective is on them, unless we're sharing them and our position from a place of love, we've become just what we're surrounded by, just another noisy gong in a world that's already saturated with noise. A verse that's been coming to mind often lately for me is Ephesians 4:1-3, and I wanted to leave you with these thoughts today. I, therefore, a prisoner for the Lord, urge you to walk in a manner worthy of your calling, to which you've been called, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. Let's keep each other in prayer right now. Let's keep our nation's leaders who are trying to navigate these times as we are right now. And in these uncertain times, let's be agents of God's goodness and love to one another and to others as well, as we continue to share the hope that we have in Jesus.